Well, we're nearly done with the DLCs. We'll be finished with it in this episode.
Are we finally off to fight the bosses?
Yeah. We're off to defeat the Ivory King with Twiggy Shay. I don't know who this guy is, but I like the cut of his jib. He's got a Balfour helmet.
He really just wants to ring some bells.
You can also summon Lucatiel for this fight, but Lucatiel is actually kind of like low tier compared to some summonable NPCs, so I'm not gonna bring her along.
Oh god. Well,
welcome to the old chaos.
At least there
Lord
wasn't...
of the Rings.
Oh. Hi. At least there wasn't falling damage.
No. Yeah, so this is why we need to bring a crew along, because before the actual boss fight starts, yeah, you have to fight his minions.
Huh. Interesting.
And don't think that, oh, you have to deal with these guys once. No. When you re-attempt the boss, you have to do this part of the fight before.
So are we in the Demon Ruins now? Or Lost Izalith, whatever?
Yeah, this might be close to where Lost Izalith is, because we have all the tree branches. You know, it's called the Old Chaos, and there's lava everywhere.
It certainly looks like the bed of chaos.
Yeah, so these guys might look like they're, you know, ripe pickings for a backstab, but you can't backstab them.
Really?
You cannot.
That is unfortunate.
Despite me backstabbing enemies that are bigger than these guys.
Yeah. I noticed that we have a big ice sculpture off to our left now.
Oh yeah, so these guys are coming out of portals, and then to seal the portal, the guys that we recruited have to sacrifice themselves.
Oh.
So we have 4. We started with 1, so we gained 3. And then there's 3 portals. So we needed at least 3 of these guys, but since we had 1 more left, you might as well get the full crew. So if these guys, if the portals aren't sealed, they're gonna keep spawning even during the boss, which is yet to appear.
That's
So aside from actually helping you during, you know, this part of the fight, you need them to seal the portals.
So
if you're crazy, you know, you can attempt it with only one crew member, but
yeah. So how hard?
It might be best to get the full 4.
How hard is this boss fight if you don't like get any of them?
The boss is like, he's you know, he's pretty hard.
Oh,
you know.
Hello. Why are you?
So Lord of the Rings.
We have obelisks leading in it.
And we have actual Sauron coming out.
Burnt Ivory King. Oh.
Yeah, he's burnt now. Look at this badass.
Yeah.
He's on fire and doesn't give a fuck.
Look at that entrance. It's just like, you know what?
This is probably like one of the best looking boss fights in the Dark Souls series.
Get out of here. Oh god.
Yeah, sometimes like these guys don't seal the portal in time or something like that. But now that that's dealt with, it's only this guy.
Oh boy. Alright.
So what I like about this fight is the actual area, because you can see the contrast between, you know, the Old Chaos and ice, basically.
Yeah.
It's like that one boss in DMC. Well, tons of orange and tons of blue.
So, how unique is this boss? Oh.
Well, he just buffed his weapon. That's kind of cool. So I don't think his moveset actually changes. It just adds basically a bigger hitbox to his weapon.
Yeah.
And if you get hit by the light and his actual sword model, that's essentially hitting you twice. So be careful of that.
Yeah. Does he?
This guy's kind of cool.
Does the sword stay like buffed out throughout the rest of the fight?
No, I think it's like a minute until it goes away. Then you have to rebuff it. So only fair.
Right.
And
Oh,
as you
God.
can see, despite all the portals being sealed, we still have one Izalith guy left. Never mind, he's dead now. So those guys, they respawn like the enemies. So even if like they die during the fight, then you can when you reattempt this area, they're just back.
Right.
And then you have to reseal the portals.
Of course. Uh-oh. What are you doing? Oh, jeez. Well, okay.
Nice thingy.
How,
So apparently this lava area has been underneath this Arctic wasteland this entire time.
Yeah. That didn't seem like it was that far. I mean, I guess maybe.
We did drop down a fair height.
Yeah. Maybe we're under enough Earth that it would, kind of dissipate the heat.
Yeah, I mean Lost Izalith was pretty far down as well.
Yeah.
And as you can see, his weapon is actually an actual piece of shit. It's all burnt. And he's all burnt.
Well, he is the burnt ivory king, so.
Yeah, so maybe if you fought him in his prime, he would be a lot harder, but now, he's kind of let himself go.
Yeah, he's had a couple 100,000 years to just kind of sit in his fire portal, and
Probably.
he doesn't get the opportunity to really test his skills very often because oh geez, still very limber though despite it.
Yeah.
He doesn't very often get adventurers coming down here to the middle of nowhere in this ice wasteland.
Yeah, one of the few left-handed bosses, or actual left-handed characters.
Oh yeah, he is, isn't he?
He's left-handed. How cool is that?
In the Wii version of this game, he's going to be right-handed because otherwise people won't be able to.
Well, yeah, this entire game would have been switched as well. And as I'm gone.
All right.
Thank you, Twiggy Shay.
What can you use his soul for?
To upgrade his weapon, probably. I don't know.
Never bothered to try.
And like you can actually, a special thing you can do with his weapon is you can actually buff it like what he did just then. So pretty cool.
Ah.
And then we received one of the 4 crowns. So that's this DLC completed.
Wait, there are 4?
There's 4 crowns, 1 for each DLC and 1 in the main game.
Ah, okay.
What
are these? What are these crowns
the objective
for?
we have is to collect all 4 of them. What was that?
What are they? What are the crowns for?
Well, yeah, I don't know, it's to do with lore, I guess, or something. We're breaking the curse, and also I discarded my my greatsword in favor of stasis now.
Our original power has returned to us now.
Yeah, exactly. I respect my character, so I was like, you know what? I'm kind of bored of the greatsword, so back to fists.
So this is the boss that we did not fight in the second DLC, right?
That's right. This is the actual main boss of the DLC. So we'll be getting a crown from him as well.
Oh. But he's not an old king.
No, he's not a king. He's a higher ranking knight though.
Oh god.
So
Great
close
sword,
enough.
though.
Well, no, yeah, exactly. We're in the we're in the old Iron King. We already fought the old Iron King. He was Diablo.
Oh, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah, so
What?
he didn't have the crown, so this guy must have it.
Why did he give his crown? Okay.
Well, the DLC was called the Lost Crown, so
Yeah.
you can't just find it, in obvious places.
Well, still, that burnt ivory king still had his.
Well, we had to find him. He was like in a pretty secluded area.
I want an explanation for why this knight has the king's crown.
I don't know, he's just a Tyrant Knight. He actually does have some relation to Belstand. In the first DLC. Oh yeah, and then
Hello.
this is actually the closest boss in this game to
Oh,
a
jeez.
DS3 boss. Because you know how in DS3 every boss has a second phase? Well, this guy also does.
Huh.
And then for some reason his smaller sword is now gone.
Yeah.
But he buffed his bigger one. And this is the boss I was mentioning that actually has the biggest weapon in the game for the player.
Is that,
so yeah, it's pretty big.
Is that the same size that the sword is when you wield it?
You know what? Actually, it might be a tiny bit smaller, but not that smaller. But anyway, yeah, this guy does have some relation to Velstad. He's the guy in the Undead Crypt behind Vendrick.
Yeah.
So they were brothers, and then they had some sort of feud or something, I don't know, and then this guy went to a different kingdom here, and then became a high-ranking knight elsewhere, and that's why he's here.
So, is any of this explained in the game?
Perhaps. I mean, you can get his armor, and his weapon, obviously. And then, a cool thing is, like, if you wear Velstad's helmet, just his helmet, and then enter this boss area, the Fume Knight enters his second phase immediately. So, that's pretty cool.
He gets
so it's like, oh, it's you!
And
I'm gonna
enraged
enter
by
my
the sight.
second phase. Yeah, exactly.
This guy is really taking a beating.
Yeah, I need the speed of fists, because like it has to be completely gone with the great sword now, because like I became kind of bored with it, so and it's been a while since I used my fist, so you know, I need something different now. And his attacks might seem like, oh, it's like a lot of delay between them, but the delay is not enough to attack him with a great sword, so I was like, oh, back to faster weapons.
I would probably figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. And if you summon NPCs here, it's very ill-advised, because the AI does not compensate for this boss, and they die almost immediately. So they have to do it in a one-on-one fight.
Yeah, then he's just left with even more health.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's what we need.
And then, so we have now received the second crown.
Oh, hello. What?
Yeah, that's the queen, because you know how it's Nishandra and Dragon Lake, and then we fought Alana, the Squid Queen, in the first DLC. Well, that's the queen in this DLC.
And now this samurai armor is glowing at us.
This armor is crackling with sexual energy, therefore we can enter its memories.
Great. Are we gonna suddenly be in a Japanese area?
Almost.
Memory of the old Iron King.
Yeah. So we traveled back in time, and we traveled back in time again.
So we're back in time from the back in time from the back in time?
Yeah. And after this, we will be done with the second DLC.
Oh, jeez, God, please don't speak to us.
It's Go's carvings. You know, everyone loves those things.
Yeah.
They're good with kids.
Everyone loves. Oh, it's these guys again.
Well, yeah. We are still in Iron Keep technically, so natural. We're gonna fight Alon Knights.
Great.
And oh hey, fire salamanders. Apparently they were imported from this kingdom to Forest of Fallen Giants.
The primary export of the Iron Keep is fire salamanders.
Yeah. And thank God these guys are stationary, and you can just wail on their ass.
Well, at least there's that. Dead.
But this. So yeah, much like the Alone Knights in the main game, there's tons of them.
Yeah. Naturally.
Oh
God.
Yeah, and these guys have a lot of range for giant fireballs.
Apparently they can track you with them, too.
That's not surprising. So much like with the giant memories, we have a limited time in this memory.
Oh, of course. Do all of the enemies respawn if we have to come back?
Well, yeah. They act like normal enemies.
Well, we died. We died.
Yep.
That's the end of us. It's all over.
Yep.
Nothing is good ever again.
So thank God we can come back. So this might be hinting to what the third boss in this DLC is actually going to be.
There's a giant katana on the floor too.
Yeah, that's his katana. For some reason we can't pick it up.
Yeah. If we kill him, does he drop a sweet katana?
Well, he drops a soul, and then you can trade it in for his katana.
Creates a sweet katana.
It's a very unconventional way compared to just picking up from the ground.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's like ornamental rather than like practical.
No, he uses it.
Well, no, I mean like that one that's on the floor.
Oh, well, yeah. Although it's probably likely that's the one he used.
It could just be dull from hundreds of years of sitting there.
Maybe. Yeah, and so this is actually another co-op area, because with the Smelter Demon in this DLC, that's a co-op area, but this might also be another one in this DLC, which is very weird, because this is the only DLC that has two of them.
Sure.
And it's the only boss that you can only enter this area with after you've received the crown in this DLC, so.
Right.
Not sure why this gets special treatment.
Because they needed a way to fight the Iron King after we killed Demon Iron King.
No, we're not gonna fight normal Iron King. No, because like Diablo was enough.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Diablo is obviously his powered up form, so what's the point of fighting him when he's like not that?
When he's just a man.
Yeah. And he's not as cool as Ivory King. Yeah, he had some stuff. Sauron.
Hopefully. Okay. Where's the? Oh. Hi guys.
Have to be very careful kiting these guys, because you don't want to aggro too many of them.
Yeah.
You know, much like in the main game with these guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Very dangerous.
Don't worry. Once you pass their these salamanders' effective range, then they're. I wonder what they're thinking when like oh no, I can't get them anymore. Well, might as well just wait for the embrace of death. Say hammer my asshole.
Pretty much. You know. Kind of. You have to kind of adopt a defeatist attitude at that point, because what else can you do if you're stuck there?
Yeah. I wonder what like they were thinking, you know, let's have basically turrets, you know, using these enemies when they're these guys have been proven to be more effective when they're just walking around.
They needed to reuse more enemies somehow.
You know what? Probably. I mean, yeah, this entire area is reusing enemies.
Yeah.
And a lot of them at that. There actually might even be more here in this small co-op area and in the entirety of the main game. There's so fucking many.
Oh, Dark Souls 2. It's pretty much the entirety of Dark Souls 2 in one little area.
Maybe. No.
Oh, yeah, another one. Get them all in here.
Look at all these weebs using katanas. Ugh.
And of course, there's more over here. Yeah.
There's more. That isn't all of them.
Just bring them all over. Come on, guys. So there was another bit of Sega news that's happened recently.
Yeah.
Which might be. I don't know how interesting it would be to anyone who is actually watching these. But Sega has apparently acquired Amplitude Studios, which is a PC-centric developer, at least thus far, who are known for the Endless franchise.
Oh, those guys.
Yes.
Okay.
Endless Space, Endless Legend, and Dungeon of the Endless.
You know, why did they not call that Endless Dungeon?
Yeah. It actually infuriates me, because in my Steam list, it just has, like, there's Endless Legend and Endless Space right next to each other, and then Dungeon of the Endless is, like, way up above them.
The Endless Dungeon sounds the best out of all of them.
Yeah. I'm just like, oh, why you guys do this?
I fucked up my list.
I actually, like, when I first heard about Dungeon of the Endless, I wasn't sure if it was another Amplitude Studios game or if it was someone trying to, like, crib their naming convention for their own thing. Because I was like, wait a second, the Endless? That sounds like it should be tied into, like, Endless Space. Is it?
Yeah, what sounds better is both Endless Dungeon and, like, Legend of the Endless or something. Like, they botched the name convention, but whatever.
It was...
So they acquired them, and then I assume they're all going to be published by Sega now.
Yeah, apparently, so it was reported that, Endless Space 2, I believe, was going to be hitting Steam Early Access soon. So now that's kind of in question because, you know, one of the main reasons for Early Access is to get funding while you're creating a game and also get, like, feedback while you're kind of developing it. And when you actually have the backing of a big publisher, that's not necessarily as relevant anymore. So it could still come out on Early Access, but it might just end up being, like, a full release in, you know, a year or two from now. Hi. Oh,
it's Sir Alon. So it turns out those knights were named after this guy.
Oh.
And then they developed the art of the weeaboo.
Okay. Well, then. That's a lot of damage.
This is also, I think, my second attempt. I don't know if you noticed the fade there.
Yeah,
but...
we had the soul retrieval as well, so...
Oh, yeah. So I wanted to show my run-through of the area so you can show all the items and enemy stuff like that. But obviously the first attempt didn't go so well, so this is a lot better attempt.
Alright, fair enough. So, how does this guy fight?
So, I don't know if this was done on purpose, but he has a lot of the same moveset as the Pursuer.
Oh.
Like, honestly. Like, there's a lot of sideways slashes, a lot of, like, lunges, and he has a jump attack.
He does seem a little faster,
and he has an attack that stabs you and then gives him a buff. So, exactly like the Pursuer.
He does seem a little faster, at least.
Yeah, it doesn't... this guy's, like... I mean, he's definitely one of the more favorite bosses in the DS community. Maybe that's to do with, like... I'm not sure if this is the case, but I think as soon as you enter the area, the boss area, and then you take a bow, he also bows. Which is kind of cool. But what I know for a fact is, like, if you fight him and then take 0 damage, and like not get hit at all, and if you summon anyone, they have to do the same thing. So you can't just let the other people do everything. If you do that, then Sarlon commits seppuku on himself. You know, the ultimate disgrace. The ultimate disgrace of not hitting your opponent a single time. So he does that to him, and then that's like a special animation. So maybe that's like why people like him.
I mean, it's a cool little Easter egg, I guess.
I mean, if it's any enemy or boss that stabs himself in the torso, it would be the samurai.
Yeah.
So, since this guy has absurdly large health, perhaps it might have been a bad idea to bring 2 people along with me.
Oh, well, one of them's dead now, so.
Yes. Don't worry, Idal is gonna carry us. Hopefully.
Yeah. The
This is also another cool looking stage. Like
the swordsman who's not using a sword.
No, he's got. Oh, I don't know if that counts as a sword, but it's like 2.
Would it be like a twin blade?
Together. Yeah, a twin blade. That's the thing. It's called twin blade, not a sword. But yeah. So this is a pretty cool looking stage. Like if you just look at the ground, you see a reflection of everything.
Yeah.
And that's the only instance I can remember of this game having that. And if you look out the window, oh, it's like a sunset thingy.
Yeah. It's alright.
Are you trying to think of an area that you can see a reflection of?
Yeah, I was trying, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you'd think the Mirror Knight area would have something to do with mirrors, but apparently not.
Oh, that would make too much sense.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god, Drifter Swordsman is about to be dead.
No. Idal.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Or Idal.
Idle.
Idle.
Eidolons.
So, yeah. So, what tends to be the case with absurdly large health bars for some of the bosses? Yeah, you're going to be seeing some of the same moves over and over again.
Yeah. Well, they have high armor and we have low physical damage, so.
Yeah, well, guess what? The Greatsword is even more ill-suited in this fight than the Fury Knight one. I need these fast attacks.
You're just you're fast attacking scrub. That's what you are. Never could handle the Greatsword, huh?
No.
I really wish that it was. I wish that the mechanics of these games like better allowed you to create like left-handed characters.
Oh,
Ow! Well,
did you see me just snap into place?
Yeah.
Conveniently have my torso within his grasp.
Yeah. Same thing happens with the Pursuer. Yeah.
Yeah. So. I don't know if these guys are related or not, but at least you don't have to fight 8 Sorlons.
They just have
fight 8 in the end, right?
They just. Oh, I don't remember anymore. It was. Oh god.
See, that one was even more absurd.
Well. Oh.
He's dead.
He killed us. Oh.
Yeah.
Oops.
So left-handed characters. Yeah, that's something I also would want to see.
It would just be kind of nice, like, especially.
There's no reason for it to not have that.
Yeah, like when it's a game, like, honestly, I feel like that should be something that kind of like any game with character customization should allow. Like, there's no reason that a video game character should have a dominant hand.
Yeah, that's true. Unless you're playing on the Nintendo Wii.
Yeah, like with the Wii, it kind of makes sense, sort of, because you got the Wii mode, but like.
Yeah, and most people are right-handed.
Well, yeah, everybody knows that no left-handed people play the Wii.
Well, who are you gonna like compensate for? 90% of the audience or 10%?
In fairness, like, I play most of my video games with my right hand as my like predominant hand anyway. So
you use your mouse in your right hand?
Yeah, I've never been able to get the hang of a left-handed mouse, actually.
Well, so some people like, they do certain things with each hand. Like, you could be a left hand writing, and then the right hand could do everything else.
Well, I write and eat with my left hand, and
Wait. Does that mean you use your spoon on your left hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't use spoons or forks with my right hand to eat anything. It's just doesn't work. Same thing with like holding a pen or a pencil. It doesn't feel right in my fingers.
Well, theoretically, if you were holding a sword and shield, what would you how would you hold it?
I noticed that we've taken off our helm. There we go.
Oh yeah, because this area is filled with curse, and then there was an item that I got in this DLC that has 100% curse resistance that I had for a while.
I would probably use a sword in my left hand and a shield in my right hand, actually.
Because your left hand's stronger?
It would feel more natural for like the actual motions that you have to make while wielding a sword. Because my left hand is a little bit more limber and flexible. It also doesn't help that when I was in high school, I had my right arm break, so that was not good. But actually, yeah, I play left-handed guitars as well, which are impossible to find as it happens.
Well, it seems like that's just something that's easy to deal with. Is it?
What do you mean?
Like, can't you just like use a right-handed guitar? Like, is that hard for you?
It's doable, but it's still kind of weird, because like I can technically kind of do it, but first of all, it means that actually like learning chords is completely screwed up because
yeah, I guess
because all of the strings are going to be flipped upside down, so you won't be able to do the same things.
And so left-handed guitars, they have them upside down.
Yeah, like you can hold a right-handed guitar as a left-handed guitar, but it's going to have the strings in a reverse order, and then.
Oh, by the way, we've eliminated all of Nadalia's idols, and now we have the true soul of her that we can use to trade in for our weapon.
Fantastic.
Now it's also done with the DLC, and then now we're doing the third one. The first one.
Yay, we're back to the dragon.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of funny the way that left-handed guitars like work, because like you would figure having your left hand as the predominant hand would mean you would want to use the left hand to play the frets.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's not really how it works, actually. It's like it's a lot harder to coordinate the actual like strumming movements with my right hand than it is for me to move my fingers along the strings and frets.
Yeah.
Although that having been said, I've never practiced enough to make the fret movements particularly easy either. So.
Our reattempt with this boss, I decided to not bring anyone with me.
Yeah.
Because his health was gigantic the first time around. So.
Yeah. Probably not the worst idea.
Yeah. And I'm dealing, quite a decent amount of damage to him.
Yeah, let's slice off his tail with our fist weapons.
You can't slice off tails in this game.
Still disappointed by that.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
what bosses can take advantage of is having the boss receive battle damage during the fight because it's so long.
Yeah.
And that gives you a sense of progression during a long fight. But no,
as again, Dark Souls 1 has pretty decent boss fights.
It has that feature, the feature of cutting off tails. So there's no reason for it to remove it.
Does I don't remember if I already asked this in the past, but does Dark Souls 3 bring that back or anything?
I don't think so.
Why?
But then again, I can't think of any much. a lot of opportunities where you can do that.
Right.
In DS3.
Why aren't you punching his spear, by the way?
Because that's closest to fire.
We've had plenty of opportunities to, like, take a few swings at it, though.
Yeah, but if I'm, like, near his hind legs, it changes his attack patterns for something more, I can handle.
Oh, God.
So, I almost, like, finished this boss perfectly. Like, I've only been hit, like, once or twice.
Yeah.
So, it is a lot easier with the fist weapons, not the greatsword, and not summoning any allies.
Well, you whiffed that one, though.
Yeah. You know, for these types of bosses that can just fly, like, why can't you just fly all the time? Then you'd be invincible.
Well, he does have the spear, like, going entirely through his chest.
He was flying perfectly earlier.
It wasn't flying, like, we didn't see him constantly flying, though.
Well, we saw him fly off screen, which is basically constantly. Anyway, we have the third crown. The Sunken
Yay! Which was being protected by the slumbering dragon for some reason.
Yep. We also have Jorg.
Oh, who's that?
His ring. It's Jorg. You know him.
I don't.
He's back in Pog form.